Hello, beautiful souls. How y'all doing? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Brainy, and this is Brainy Twin Gemini. If you're returning sub, welcome back. Love to have you as part of our soul tribe and our loving vibe. A little bit about me personally. I believe to be on this most sacred, beautiful journey, twin flame journey, purest, rawest form of love that there is in this third dimensional world in our lifetime as we our souls inhabit this particular temple. We brushed shoulders for, I want to say, a good couple of decades. We were at the same concerts, went to the same college, and ironically, we lived on the same street. And we never acknowledged each other in the physical world. I think God was placing us at the divine place at the divine time, but it was just not our time. And then in 2019, we came together, and we had the most explosive, beautiful love. It wasn't sustainable at that time. So we went our separate ways, completed our healing work, our awakening. We continue to awaken to this day. And and by the grace of God, we are back together. And someone had left a comment. Yes, we do live together now. And so that's kind of my story. I embarked the YouTube journey in 2019 to debunk many of the myths, disseminate, just some myths, and hopefully people will come to the truth eventually when they're meant to. There's a lot of, I want to say, parasites out there monopolizing off the vulnerable hearts and just feeding their ego in their bank account, and they have no clue how sacred and how beautiful this love truly is. So I always say be careful who you listen to. Not anyone's genuine. I mean, if it's for a form of entertainment and a good laugh, by all means go ahead. But I was poked, into this, and everything I do from pen to paper. Always have since the age of 9. I've had an incredible journey of life healing people, and I'd like to think of you to think of me as a friend more than anything. A mentor, a guide, a coach, however you resonate. I ultimately pray for you to find the light of oneself and ultimately each other. That is every single day you're in my prayers. So with that being said, let's get started with the message. I like to be called a message, a delivery of a message as opposed to a card reader, because I don't really read cards, never have. I trust what's in my journal and the overall energy of the Twin Flame Collective, more so as it resonates for the masculine energy. So the masculine energy is on this healing journey, as you are too. Feminine energy, there's a huge purification and cleansing process going on in the Twin Flame Collective right now. One thing I wanted to mention was, after you go through this purification process, your senses are heightened. So I know this seems strange, some stuff seems strange, but merely just a messenger here. Your senses will become more heightened, as I said. So your sense of smell, like it has enhanced, taste enhanced, hearing. I know this stuff seems very strange, but if you're going through this purification process, then after you go through it, you will feel like all of these senses in increasing. Also to your third eye is on steroids right now. That's your intuition. So good. I'm glad you're going through it. It is uncomfortable. It's clear fluids coming out of your body. That's purification. And for those of you that don't think purification occurs, it absolutely does. Another word for it is called redemption. So purification can exist. No matter how traumatic your past is, you can become to your truest self. And that's what this journey is about, and what a blessing and a gift that you've been given. So the masculine continues to heal. One of those blocks that the masculine keeps running into, third-party block, is themselves, and that's this self-worth. Back in their childhood, I want to say it was an authoritative figure, perhaps parents, really compromised this masculine self-worth, and did not, they didn't help with the health of their worth. And so every time they get close to making a move to the feminine energy, that doubt and that self-worth kicks in, but they're healing that. And they realize that your union is a sacred union. And I feel like for some reason, where are we today? And these are never date stamped, okay? It's when you stumble across them. Nothing is ever date stamped. Time is irrelevant on our journey. But we're November 24th today, I believe, and I don't follow the full moon. Sometimes it just jumps on my lap because I think it's on the 27th, because I get insomnia every time a full moon is close. So you may have restless sleeps as well. The full moon can bring, but you get irritated very easily. So you can feel that energy before and after the full moon. But I feel like this full moon, and I never speak of a full moon, ever, this masculine is going to take action. They've been articulating this and strategizing this and, asking for signs, and they're getting these signs. They're asking for signs if you're truly their twin flame. They know that this is a sacred union. So, and even some of the comments on the channel, there's masculines commenting on the channel. So that means that they're coming to the truth, which is beautiful, and I'm so happy for you, because there is a lot of garbage out there. So beautiful. I love this all so much. This masculine absolutely thinks you're like, a goddess, a princess, a queen, an empress, however you resonate. They view you as some angelic force that came into their life and just disrupted their life, in a good way. But this is, I always say it's a troubling journey. It's a confusing journey. It's all sorts of things. I could go on for hours and hours and hours, but it truly is a few key components. If you want to take something away with you today, it's a journey of self-love. It's a journey of healing, and it's a journey of awakening and unconditional love and forgiveness. And what you do for each other is one of the most beautiful things that two people can do for each other. You share the same soul inhibited in two different bodies. And this goes way back. It's documented. Aristotle and Plato, however you pronounce it. It's in Bible, scripture, Quran. It's documented everywhere. It may not specifically say twin flames, but you have to read between the lines. Lambs, 144,000 lambs. That's in the scripture. This goes far, far beyond the physical realm. And sometimes the third party blocks in the masculines and sometimes in the feminines aura or orbit is people that are still sleeping. They're not awakened. So when you share the dynamics of this beautiful awakening process and traveling to different dimensions, because the heart speaks volumes, people don't understand. So they want to knock you off that unconditional love pedestal and bring you to conditional love, modern day love, which is full of conditions and judgments. Keep in faith, and always be careful who you share this with, because sometimes that lack of understanding and of the lack of awakening, I want to say a sleeping, wandering, lost soul, will put negative energy out into the universe. And behind your back they're saying, this person's like ridiculous. There's so much circulating around the internet right now, as well, for, I want to call sheeples, that do not understand the complexity of this journey. Maybe one day they'll embark on this journey, and then they'll truly understand, and they'll choke on the words that this is make-believe, because it certainly is not. It is a form of love that you've never felt before, and this masculine knows it 100%. This moon energy, I feel, is very powerful for this twin flame collective, as I said. there's still divine forces protecting this masculine. And one of the most profound forces, divine forces, or I want to say angels. And, you know, just they're protecting this masculine, but they're also giving this masculine the wisdom. And they're getting beautiful downloads. The one angel that surrounds this masculine's energy right now is the angel of strength. So they're getting the strength, they're getting the courage, they're getting the momentum to have the confidence in themselves, overcome that self-worth, and just, they just want to scream from the rooftops and profess their love for you. They absolutely do. But again, every now and again, that I want to say that I don't want to say confusion, indecision, I guess is the best way. Like they're on a teeter-totter right now. A large part of them says yes, do it, and a very small part of them says no, don't do it. Alternatively, before, a very, very strong part of them said don't do it, and a very little part of them said do it. So, you know, the scale has kind of changed now. They're predominantly in that I'm going to do it. It's all or nothing. They have a plan and a date in mind. So I don't know. I feel very good about this full moon energy. If they could say anything to you right now, what would it be? And I love this message. I'm balancing my energy. Absolutely. This is a journey of so much balancing, clearing karma, awakening, healing. Like I said, I could go on for hours. I have at least 5,000 pages written. And maybe it's even more. I think probably, no, 200 times 5. Probably, yeah, probably around that. At least 5,000 pages written, but they're balancing their energy. They have some very strange sensations, and they feel like your hearts are aligning in the third dimensional world. Very, very important. When I was going through this when I was in physical separation from my twin, I didn't know what was happening. But by the grace of God, I was given the wisdom, and I documented it in my journal. Usually it would be when I was out in nature and I was just like breathing and meditating and clearing the chatter of the mind. And I would get these weird, like my body would tremble, like shake, like, if that happens to you, it's a very good indication that you're aligning, your energy is aligning and balancing, and it's perfect. And that's probably why this masculine does feel your heart aligning, because they are trying very hard to balance their energy. They want you to know, because they know, I'm going through a forced spiritual awakening. And I feel like sometimes I'm losing control, so please be patient with me. Yeah, when you come into each other, this isn't voluntary. You know, like you're not asking for this. You're just living your life the best way you know how. And then you come into each other and you activate, I want to say, that third eye right away. That's the intuition. That is, to me, the spiritual awakening. That activation of that sixth sense, that third eye. Because we already have our five senses. The sixth sense is like being as intuitive as, you know, how animals have a sixth sense. You do as well, and it's tough because everything once you've attached yourself with to be, I want to say, familiarity, now becomes unknown. So yeah, they just are asking you to be patient, but they know that they're going through an awakening. So very, very beautiful. And last and most importantly, they love you to infinity. They know sacred union. They have in their mind sacred reunion. They're being pushed to come clean. And it's so, so beautiful. Two other beautiful messages for your beautiful, beautiful souls is life is a cycle of changing seasons. Let us welcome each new season and surrender the past with grace. Let us remember that nothing is ever lost, for all exists eternally within our heart. I've always said this, I will always say this, and I will continue to say this while I'm on this earth. Our hearts have more intelligence than our brain. And when you come into each other and you activate that unconditional love within each other, you stimulate so much more activity in the brain. That takes you to beautiful destinations. Ultimately, the destination of enlightenment, bliss, self-love, and light. So follow your heart. Listen to your heart. It will always steer you in the right direction. And if you're off direction or off the beaten path, follow that heart. It'll bring you right back to the place you need to be. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And try to look at things more from a feeling level. What is your heart saying? If you look at life purely through logic, you will always get to a point where it seems to make no sense. True wisdom and understanding reside in the heart. Now, both those messages resonate with one another, and true wisdom does exist in the heart, and understanding. I've been through it. I've been there where you are, and every time like I said, by the grace of God, pen to paper, I was able to come to these concepts on my own. Hence the reason why I share them with you. There's so many just garbage out there, and it truly does reside in the heart. And if you trust, you meditate, you do all sorts of things, then that wisdom comes. Write it down. Whatever comes to you when you're in that, I want to say, what's the word I want to use? Like, just, no chatter of the mind. You're just calm, like calm peace. And the best way to get there is to meditate. Beautiful videos on my channel. You can just close your eyes, breathe, clear, and that wisdom will come to you. 100%. It came to me. That's the reason why we're together today. So, beautiful messages. And as many of you know, as you awaken, signs and synchronicities are a very, very important element of this journey. You get beautiful, beautiful messages every single day, whether it be numbers. And again, 717 for me today. This is for you beautiful souls. Sign of reunion. And just to give you an indication, I have like an Epsom salt bath every day to ground energy. And I came out and I looked at the clock and it was 7:17. It's like, what are the chances of this? Like, just looking at it at that time. So, and not only is there so many signs, but little beautiful, I want to say, God's artwork, nature, animals, insects, reptiles, whatever they come, whether it be in dreams, whether it be you're on your day-to-day, they mean something. And when I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again today, for me it was a hawk. I never ever saw a hawk live in my life. And then when we were apart, there was one in my back tree, like apple tree. I was like, what is that? Every single freaking day I would see one. And I'm like, what? And then I was driving on the highway once and one almost hit my windshield. I was like steering all over the road. So something very significant is there every day to remind you that this is your sacred journey, your union. And so for feminine energy, it is sandpiper spirit. Be playful. So maybe you are in hermit mode. Maybe you are cleansing and purifying and crying. You're usually crying for your family's trauma, karma. You're clearing karma. A lot of it has to do with that and your own trauma. Be more playful. Get out there. Do something for yourself. This is a journey of self-love. And once you get to that destination, that's when the universe says, okay, you're done, let's come back together. Okay? It's all about you and your love for yourself. So be playful, get out there. For, your beautiful, beautiful American viewers, it's Thanksgiving yesterday. Maybe today you're celebrating because it's a statutory holiday for you. Be playful, have fun. Get out there, you deserve it. You're a beautiful soul. For masculine, this card, and this animal spirit keeps coming out, and it's porcupine spirit. And it says time for a beginner mind. It's come out 3 times in the last week, and for me, it's a new beginning. So for this masculine, and just shedding and purging all the garbage and leaving it behind them, and a new beginning. And that new beginning is you. Very, very beautiful. And the overall energy is act as if chameleon spirit. And I see action. I've been seeing action all week. It's still in your aura, in your orbit. Action, sacred union, protection, divine protection, angels of strength, hearts aligning, just beautiful healing, lifelong wounds. What a beautiful message, and I love it all so much. If any of this resonates, kindly hit the notification bell, subscribe if you haven't already, like, comment, love your comments, read every single one. I can't always respond. I would love to. There's just not enough hours in the day. And I want to thank you all so much for your beautiful, your likes, your loves, your comments. It truly does warm my heart to the inner depths of my heart. And I pray for you every single day. Also, too, consider a small donation. It goes right back into the channel, with videos to help you calm, peace, whatever. And lastly, today is Black Friday. So on my Etsy store, I've taken 30% off our custom cards and 30% off Rainy Groove gear. So take advantage of it. There's some nice gifts there, even for Christmas. And yeah, have a beautiful day, beautiful souls.